All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another day of my watch list. It is Tuesday, February 16th, 2021. I hope you guys had a great long weekend and are ready to trade. Gonna still be focusing mainly on OTCs this week. Again, they've been really hot, so I don't see a need to change it up until the OTC market dies out. So, without further ado, let's get into these charts. We got a lot to go over today. EZEC, Echo Sciences. I'm going to be looking for a dip buy on this. As you can tell by the yearly chart, it's starting to come down. A lot of the OTCs are starting to come off their runs now. If you notice, and you'll see this in a lot of the charts I'm about to show, they had these really nice long bull runs that everyone kept buying into, and I think the FOMO and I think the nostalgia of all these runs is finally starting to end, and we're seeing a lot of these red candles now. So got to be very careful on the long side. I'm not short selling right now, which is still too dangerous. So I'm going to be playing the panic dip buys. That's going to be my main focus right here. So look at the 2-day chart. You know, it has a history of spiking. Yesterday was kind of a down day. I'm going to be looking for some panic action like this. And I may try to nab some consolidation and maybe some spiking action like this if we can continue. But like I said, it was red on the day yesterday, so we'll see. Looking at the 5-day, 15-minute. You can tell, yeah, it was dead all up until the last 2 days. So the last 2 days were as big as volatile days. If there's no volatility that comes in today, I'm probably just going to ignore this. But we'll see. I mean, if we can get some volume, if buyers come back in and want to push this back up, that'd be great. It did base at this 42-cent level. So, you know, that's something I'm going to be looking into as a support. And if it holds there all day, I might take a starter position in case it can break out. Etfm, so this is actually one of the better daily charts that I found. It's actually broken out. It's around all-time highs. So this will be an interesting play. Ideally, because it's up, it has a nice little panic down, which would be great. Based on the 5-day, 15-minute, which, by the way, this the 5-day, 15-minute is a great way to get an idea of what's happening day per day and get a bigger picture of the overall moves. So if you're having trouble finding patterns or seeing similarities in different time frames, this is a really good place to start. So as you can tell, it's had a panic on this day, and then it just kind of held up here and didn't do much. So ideally, I'd like to see a panic like this that it had on this day. That was the 12th, and then on the 10th. So hopefully I get a panic down and have a nice little bounce, just like it did those last couple of days. Otherwise, I'll probably stay away from it until the afternoon. If it does stay strong, I'll need to see it break past these highs at 14. If it doesn't break past 14, that's not a long for me. So I'll only be playing panic dip buys on that one. Unless, like I said, it can hold up near the highs. Or maybe if it gaps up at the open, maybe it has a nice little morning spike. That might be something I play into if the bid is heavy. OZSC, this one has been a top watch for the last week and a half. I have the 15-day or the 5-day, 15-minute already up, and as you can tell, every single day it's had a panic. So I am obviously going to be looking for that. If you look at the yearly chart, unfortunately, you can tell that it's been beaten down already a lot. So it's been 1, 2, 3, 4 red days, and the red candles are starting to thin up a little bit. They're not as drastic. So this is basically showing me that buying pressure is coming back in. It looks like there's support here at 0.27. Let's see, that's about 28.14. Looks like there's a nice little support level there. So I'm gonna make a little line there, you know, just so I can remember. But that looks like to be support right now. So if that breaks, or if we can panic past that, I would expect it to at least go down here to 27.5, and maybe even 20 cents, which would be a nice little place to buy around for a bounce. So keeping an eye on it for now. If it does base here long term, I would watch it for another leg up. But as of right now, I'm only gonna play that panic dip buy. But I'm gonna keep that line there, just, you know, so I am aware that there is that that support level that is holding. MINE. Let's take a look at this. So this one is starting to have its first bounce. Yesterday had its first green day, so today will be kind of telling to see if it can keep going higher, or if it's just going to consolidate and go lower. I mean, these are shitty penny stocks, so a lot of times they kind of start to fizzle out at this point. But I mean, if you look back here, it had the same kind of action fizzled out like you'd expect, and then it broke out again. So we'll see if it consolidates. And if it can consolidate near its highs, that might be something we look at later on for a breakout. But for right now, again, just panic dip buys, keeping it simple. If you look at the 5-day, 15-minute, you can tell since it's been going red, it's had a panic every single day. To be honest, these panics haven't been that great, but now it is actually ending up on the day. A little dip down would be nice. So we'll see how that plays out today. Won't stay too overconvicted. Hcmc, this was a stock I was buying a lot last week, mainly because you can see the volatility that it had. It has had some really nice spikes up, and obviously it was coming right back down because there's a ton of sellers involved in this stock. So that's okay. I like it when there's a lot of volatility. If you look at the 2-day chart here, you can tell it kind of actually has always been like a slow grind. It does have a history of small panics then coming back up. So that's what I'm gonna look for again today. On this day, I didn't actually play it because this panic, I wasn't able to get in on this panic. And it wasn't that great. It kind of fizzled out, and then it came right back down. This would have been the better panic. And this is the thing with stocks that are starting to go red on the day. If it's going red on the day and it's looking weak, it's kind of tough to buy the panic right at the open, because the nice thing about morning panic dip buys is when the stock is still strong and it panics, that's not due to the weakness in the stock. That's mainly due just because buyers are taking profits off the table, and then you have short sellers trying to make profits as those profit takers are executing their positions. So you get kind of a double whammy of selling pressure, and then you get the people who get a little scared out, like, okay, I want to take profits, and I should say, you also get those percentage of people that are buying near the highs who then panic out of their position. So you get a bunch of panic selling, profit taking, and short sellers, which create a nice little panic down, which then leads to a nice bounce. However, when the stock is going red on the day, or it's been red on the day, it's just a lot more selling pressure and not people trying to buy back into the stock. It's a lot of just not a lot of buyers are in it who bought near the tops, so they're not panicking as much. So it's a lot more profit taking, and it's a lot more short sellers that are involved. So the balance you're getting is more of just shorts covering and not a whole lot of dip buying. So a lot of times that dip buying will come in later in the day once stock has kind of lost its momentum, and there's just it's not as heavy and busy. And as you can tell, that's what happened here at Hcmc. It panicked in the afternoon, had a really nice panic, and the dip buyers came in and gave it a nice bounce. You could have bought this bottom. It wouldn't have been bad. You would have made a nice percentage gain, but a little more risky than buying the second major panic. Again, big percent panics are what you want to look for. If you look at the 5-day, 15-minute, you can tell it used to hold up really nice. This was a really good day where I had that really nice panic. So yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on this as well. It hasn't really made a definitive support level here, so I'll just be looking for a nice panic in the morning or in the afternoon, just because I don't know if I want to get too overconvicted with a morning panic unless it's a really big percent gain. If it's something small and just fizzles out, I'm not going to trade it. LTNC. First red day, we'll see if it can bounce. I would expect more panic after this, something similar to this action. And again, panic dip buy, name of the game, not changing it. ENZC, this had a 2 red days there. Let's see what we're looking at on the yearly chart. Yeah, so as you can tell, this had 1, 2, 3 red days, pretty big ones as well. Looks like it might have tried to find support here at 47 cents. So we'll see if it can bounce it. Today might be a bounce day for EZNC, but who knows? Might get sold off into. We'll just react. That's what we do. We're not going to try and guess. We'll just react. As you can tell, since it went red, it had plenty of dip buy opportunities where it went red right at the open. Not a lot of bouncing though, to be honest. If I look here, like it had a bounce, more failed, bounce. So this is to chop your panickers. So that's going to make me a little bit more hesitant to panic dip buy this. I might actually just decide to wait for a bounce play on this and maybe try to bypass the high day of 57 cents and buy a little breakout. Just because I don't like stocks that are that choppy. I definitely won't buy into the first panic with this thing. Seeing its history, I'll wait for a second panic to buy into this one, into this stock, just because, as you can tell, it's done every single day. It's not had a really good panic. It's only ever bounced off that second panic. So I'll wait for a second panic on ENZC, and I'll actually make a note here to remind myself. Buy second panic only. And if it doesn't have a second panic today, oh well. Gotta stay safe. OPTI. This is the 5-day, 15-minute. As you can tell, it's had some really nice panics. Let's look at the yearly chart. And again, this one's on its red day as well. So a lot of these are going red. So we'll see how it plays out. It might be a slower day today, but we'll see. I mean, it's been a long weekend. I'm sure there's a lot of traders who are going to come into the market to trade. So that's good. Some other stocks I'm watching, and this is my new setup, by the way, that I made. Instead of doing the tabbing, I have now consolidated my screens a little bit better. So these are all the Bitcoin plays I'm watching. Bitcoin's been in the news and Bitcoin's been hot. So Mara is obviously the big one. That's the listed stock I'm watching. Riot is the other one. As you can tell, they've just been on an absolute tear. I would look, I mean, it's getting overset now. It's up 1, 2, 3, 4 days. So at this point, it's tough to buy. I'd be looking at shorts on this when Bitcoin finally does reverse a little bit. And I'd probably play the options on these, if I'm being honest. I'll probably play some put options just so I can make a little bit more on it. Again, I'm not trying to play listed stocks right now as much. So I'm going to keep these kind of on the back burner. I have them there just so I can see what the leaders are doing, because on the flip side, I have my 2 penny stocks here, BTSC and BTCS. BTSC is interesting because it's starting to form a cup and handle, and it might push up and break past this 12-cent level, which would be great. I will be watching it for a panic as well. It closed strong, so I'd like to see something come down, maybe get a nice little entry. But it could keep going. It's kind of tied to Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin is going strong, I would imagine BTSC will go strong. And then with BTCS, the reason I have this stocked up, as you can tell, it's formed a nice consolidation pattern here. It came up, came down, and now it's just basing in this channel. And with the Bitcoin news over the weekend, with Dogecoin going crazy, and it's been coming back down now, with all the Bitcoin mania still circulating, I really like BTCS for a speculative long, because I think you can get it at a really good price here. If it starts to perk up past this consolidation period at like 1.5 or maybe even 2, at 1.5 I'd probably start taking a speculative long. I'd take a starter position there, and then if it can break 2, I would definitely look into size up, because they could definitely run to 3 or higher if Bitcoin stays hot. This one, I don't know if I'd be playing a panic dip buy, just because I think it's in a consolidation period right now, so I don't know if there's enough range for it to really bounce. Depends on how big the panic is, I suppose. If it has a big panic, it might be something I look into. But my main thesis on this is that it doesn't panic and holds this level. If it has a really big panic, I mean, sure, I'll buy it. But then at that point, my long-term thesis on it is gone. Whereas with BTSC, this has a nice breakout forming. So keeping that on watch. And I'm going to keep my eye on Bitcoin very closely. The weed sector and the mushroom sector is starting to heat up again. I mean, weed has been hot, so I'll keep an eye on those stocks as well. Just some other things I'm watching are BRL, RLLCF, KNOS, AITX, and that's about it. These are most of the stocks I'm watching. We'll see what comes up on my scanners later on today, but I hope you got some value out of this video, and I hope you guys will be geared to go for the trade day today. Again, if you want more detailed trade plans on these and you want to trade live with me, make sure you join my mentorship program. We just uploaded the first video last night. I got about 8 more live trading videos I'm working on right now. And those will all be uploaded to the member portal. A lot of great value there. Basically showing how I make a couple $100, $500, $1,000 in the first hour, 2 hours of the trading day. So if you want to learn how to do that, I highly recommend you jump into that program, because that is where you're going to get all that information. But that's it, guys. Thank you for your time. Have a great day and be safe out there.